Okay, I'm going to walk through number 13, and then you can use the key to help you walk through number 14. So basically when they're giving us the 3 points, we don't know if there's a vertex or anything like that, so we're not using vertex form. We don't know that any of them are the x-intercepts, so we're not using factored form. So we're really going to focus on standard form. And then what we're going to remember is that every point they give us that the parabola passes through is a point on the parabola, meaning we know that this x gets plugged in and makes this y. So when they give me the point, and I'm always going to start with the easiest point, so I'm going to start with the y-intercept. When they give me the point 0, 5, they're telling me when I plug in 0 for x, I'm supposed to get 5 for y. So I'm literally going to do that with the a's, b's, and c's in the equation because I just don't know what those are. And this is why plugging in 0 for x works out so nicely. These terms are 0, and we get a c value of 5. We now know for sure that our final answer of this equation, we don't know the a, we don't know the b, but we know the c value is 5. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use the other points. So they gave us the point 1, 6. This means when I plug in 1 for x, y should have a value of 6. So y should be 6 when I'm plugging in 1 for x. So this gives me, oh, and I'm not going to write c anymore because I already know that c is 5. So I'm actually going to write 5 in place of c. So this gives me a plus b plus 5. And I actually want to bring the 5 over with the 6 and combine together all of the constants. And so this gives me a plus b equals 1. Okay. Now, the other point they give me is 2, 5. So I'm going to use that as well and plug it in. So 2, 5. Again, when x is 2, y is 5. So 5 for y when 2 is for x. And then I know that c value is 5. So this gives me 5 equals 4a plus 2b plus 5. And again, I'm going to combine all those constants together on one side of the equation. So I have 4a plus 2b equals 0. Now, this equation in blue and this equation in green individually are not that helpful. They give me a relationship between a and b, but they don't actually tell me what is a or what is b. But remember, when you have two variables, if you can't solve a single equation for them, but you have two relationships for them, these two equations, you can solve a system of equations. And what you see in the key is that I chose to solve this system using elimination. So I chose to multiply this first equation by -2 in hopes that I make that -2b that will cancel out with this positive 2b. So when I multiplied through by that -2, I'd get -2 equals -2a minus 2b. My other equation, I don't need to multiply by anything. It already will combine conveniently with this. And then I combine these equations together, giving me -2 equals 2a, and that cancels out. And I'm able to find out that a must be -1. I now have that missing a value in my equation. So I have found a and I have found c. I now need to find b. The easiest way to do that, I can go back to the original equations and I can plug in both a and c and solve for b. Or I can even take one of these smaller equations right here. I like this one because it's nice and simple. And now that I know that a is -1, I can go ahead and solve for b. And I get that b is 2. And so then I get that equation -x squared plus 2x plus 5. So again, at the beginning, we're plugging into standard form. We're making equations with less variables in them. And then if we have two variables, we have to solve by using a system of equations.